Hey, good day, Kofa Kings. Mr. Sharp, Mr. King, Mr. Keller, Mr. Kapuja coming at you with some information on coming back to school this coming Monday, September 14th. I'm going to start this off with, I'm going to share my screen real quick so I can show you the schedule that we're talking about and the hybrid model. And then I'll also be showing you the schedule. This is the schedule that we have going on. Let me blow it up so you can see it a little bit better. Here we go. So this is our hybrid teaching and learning model. Hybrid A through L students. So students are going to come 2 days a week, and then the other 3 days they will be on Canvas. So staying at home, working on Canvas. So A through L students, Monday, Tuesdays, you're staying at home. I'm sorry, coming to school. Then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you'll be working on Canvas. Hybrid students M through Z, you'll be doing Canvas Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then on Thursday, Friday, you'll be here at school. The reason we're doing this is because we're trying to limit and reduce the capacity of students in classes so that the numbers that we actually have in classrooms are low, so that we're able to maintain some social distancing, to be able to keep it safe for you and to be able to keep it safe for your teachers. Here is the actual schedule of our days. So again, Monday, Tuesdays, A through L come to school. Thursday, Fridays, M through Zs are coming to school. We'll have 45 minutes of classes and then 6-minute passing period. So first hour is going to be 7:45 to 8:30, and you can see what the rest of the day is going to look like. School is finished at 12:45. We will be providing you a lunch from 12:45. It'll go a little bit past 1, but we'll have lunches available to you at 12:45 for you to grab and go. Buses will be departing as soon as right at 1 o'clock, if not a little bit later. And then the Wednesday schedule for those students that are doing the distance learning option, where you're on Canvas 5 days a week. Wednesdays, your schedule is going to mirror the schedule for the other days. So if I'm a distance learning student, I don't come to school at all, but on Wednesdays, I'm going to have an opportunity to log into my first period class and to be able to have access to my teacher, to be able to ask questions, to be able to get direction, to be able to have the teacher present to me kind of some of the problems or concerns that the other students have been having throughout the week, to be able to help me with my studies. And then second period on Wednesday, you'd go to your second period class, and so on. The afternoons are set for teachers to for professional development, reaching out to their students, and to also be doing grades and lesson planning. What does hybrid mean? So like I was explaining up there earlier, we divided the alphabet between A through L, M through Z. They'll come in, A through L's come in Monday, Tuesday, M through Z's come in Thursday, Friday. And then just because you're not coming to school on those days does not mean that you're off the hook as far as learning goes. Learning takes place 5 days a week, just like you were here. There will be assignments, there will be lessons, there will be other learning for you on those other days. So just because you're off of campus and at home doesn't mean you're off the hook as far as learning goes. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you can see our faces. And Mr. King, can you take us into our next part about distance learning?
Like Mr. Sharp said, distance learning is an important aspect and an option for all of our students. But for all of our students, whether you're at a distance or you're here on campus, it's important that you're learning 5 days a week. But some students may ask, why can't students who are doing distance learning also log in and be part of the hybrid just by watching all of the classes online? And the short answer of that is that we want every single student to get a great experience. And that means that we want teachers to be able to provide individual learning opportunities to each of the students, whether they're at home or online, and simultaneously teaching students in the classroom, as well as those that are logging in from home, would create a really tough scenario for teachers. And I think that both groups would suffer. So having those individual times for each group is going to be really important to make sure that all of our students, whether they're at home or distance only, get really great learning every day.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Mr. Keller, I got a question for you here. It says, for students and families who choose to continue with distance learning at home, what does that week look like?
So students who continue distance learning at home, they will be working independently through Canvas on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. They will have an opportunity to have some on-camera time with their teachers on those days, starting at about 1:15 to 3 p.m. each day, where teachers will be coming online and doing some face-to-face with students who need some help. Our online or our distance learning kids will be having their day on Wednesday, where they will follow their six period schedule with their teachers in an online environment. So their first period would start at 7:45 until 8:30. There'd be a 6-minute break, and starting at 8:36, they would start up with their second period, and they would continue through their day seeing each of their teachers all on Wednesday.
All right, fantastic. Can you tell us, we are requiring waivers for our students to be able to attend classes on campus, and if they don't have a waiver, they won't be able to attend on campus until that waiver is signed by their parents. Where can I find a waiver?
All right, so if parents have access to Parent View, all you would have to do is log into Parent View, and the first thing that pops up before you can go anyplace else is actually the waiver. You could fill that out and you can e-sign it right there and hit submit, and then the waiver would be filled in. If you don't have access to Parent View, but you do have access to the internet, you could go to yumaunion.org, and there is a waiver that is right there on the front page that you can go into, and you can actually do the waiver there or download it and fill it out. I know with us, we are also going to be having waivers as you drive onto campus. So if you do not have a chance to do the Parent View and you do not have the opportunity to download it and get one signed, we will have some available for parents driving their kids on campus so that we can fill those out right away.
Nice, thank you. All right, Mr. Kapuja, Mr. King, I have a question for you. Will there be modifications to special classes like physical education, music, and art?
Yes, we're currently developing a plan that balances the importance of engaging students in a well-rounded educational opportunity, including physical education, fine arts, and others, with the need for modifications to avoid any increased public health risk. So we will be doing social distancing in all of those classes and wearing masks as well.
And students need to remember to be flexible, that those teachers are doing their best to provide really engaging lessons at home to make it possible for you to participate in PE, to participate in art and in ceramics. And so there are some really great creative things that are happening in those departments, and students need to be energetic and flexible with what those teachers are creating for them. Because we want to make sure that, like I said before, that every single student, whether they're on campus or at home, is getting a really great learning experience.
All right, fantastic. You guys did such a great job with that one. I got another question for you then. Are there going to be before and after school activities offered?
Yeah, as the athletic director, I'm excited, and it's been a huge project for our whole group of ADs throughout the district to make sure that those important aspects of your school experience get maintained. You'll see that on our marquee, it says mask up so we can suit up. And that's really important, that our community is growing. We're getting better in terms of our COVID-19 numbers, and we're really excited to offer athletics. In fact, golf is going to be our first competitive team that starts on Tuesday the 15th. They're going to open up with a golf match against Cibola, and then other competitions starting right away. With swim and cross country. Football will start on October 9th. All of those schedules were shared on social media yesterday using Twitter and Instagram. They're on our websites as well. And so we understand that it's really important to our students to come for athletics, to come for activities. It's a huge part of what defines their experience here as Kofa Kings. And so we are going through a lot of extra steps to make sure that it's safe to do that. You'll notice that all of our sports right now have been in phase 1, which means that they're maintaining extra social distancing, wearing masks. There are a lot of protocols and procedures in place to keep kids and coaches safe. And then even as we move into our competition schedule, there are a lot of great guidelines that we're following from the CDC, from the AIA, to make sure that all of our athletes, coaches, and community are safe. And activities are no different, right, Mr. Kapuja?
That's correct. We will be doing some extracurricular activities and with clubs. Please be patient. There will be some more information coming out through Stuco with that information.
All right, thank you. Mr. Keller, I have a question about special education. What if my student receives special education services?
That's a great question. So special education students will still be provided all of their accommodations and modifications identified in their individualized plans to the greatest extent possible that we can provide. And we will be trying to meet these educational opportunities on an individualized basis with each of our students to make sure that their IEPs are being met.
All right, fantastic. Next question's for me. It's an easy one. It's like a softball, you know. So the question is, will students and staff be required to wear masks at school? The short answer and the long answer is yes. Everybody who comes on campus will be required to wear a mask. It'd be aware of a cloth face covering that completely covers the nose and the mouth. We encourage the parents to help their students become comfortable wearing the masks and practicing wearing the mask and gradually becoming more familiar with them as time goes on. But yes, when you are on campus and when we're in classes, when we're out and about, yes, so it is an expectation that everyone on campus is wearing a mask. If there is an instance to where there might be a situation where, you know, students or staff might not wear a mask because of a pre-existing condition, a medical condition. But if that's the case, then there will need to be medical documentation on file before that can be before we can start talking about that. So if you have a situation like that, please communicate with the office, and we'll work towards that. As far as attendance goes, attendance will be taken just as we're doing now. The students are, when they log into their Canvas, there is an attendance button on their Canvas every single day, every single period. So they need to go in, hit that attendance button, and then that's how we're taking attendance. In addition to that, we are taking in-person attendance, so that we know who's on campus for safety reasons and safety precautions. So attendance will be pretty much the same with the addition of in-person attendance. Let's see. Mr. Keller, in-person learning days and distance learning days, what's the difference?
Okay, so there is going to be a difference between the two. During distance learning days, students will be working on assignments and projects on an independent basis. Those assignments or topics may have been discussed in class previously, or they may be projects that they're working on their own, that they are looking up the information and working on itself. So with the in-person learning days, that's going to be more of a one-on-one time with the teacher, with the students, and having that ability to having FaceTime with the student, between the student and the teacher, to be working on things in the classroom. So teachers they'll basically have two different lesson plans at that point. They'll have a lesson plan for the in-person students, and they will have a lesson plan for the distance learning students. It's going to be basically on it'll be on a per teacher basis. We have many different types of classes out there, so teachers will be working on it to their best of their abilities, ensuring that they're giving a good quality education for all their students.
All right, so just to clarify, during in-person learning days, will students be in the same class with the same teacher all day?
They will be during the in-person learning, they will be visiting all 6 of their classes during that day. So they will attend the first period, a second period through 6th period, starting at 7:45 and ending at 12:45.
Excellent. All right, Mr. King, I know you like to eat, so let's give you the one about food. So will students on campus for hybrid learning receive no costs breakfast?
Yeah, you've got me. Our school lunch is a special treat. I think that our crew does a good job. Yeah, students who are here for hybrid learning, they do get a no-cost breakfast. They can pick it up as soon as they get here before they go to class. As always, we've had some stations for kids to pick up breakfast, but now we're going to have some extra stations to make sure that kids can spread out even further on campus and get their breakfast and lunch in multiple locations.
All right, fantastic. What about the students who are not on campus? You know, they're not here for in-person learning. Do they still have access to meals?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, many of you are already taking advantage of this not taking advantage of it, but making use of this situation and coming on campus. No-cost meals are available now for anyone who's 18 years or younger from 11 to 12:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. They'll come in from our entrance on Avenue A by the roundabout, come through the parking lot, and they'll swing past our administration building and see the lunch ladies out there to pick up lunch.
Fantastic. All right, good. Thank you for that. And then let's see. Lastly, from Joe, can you talk to us a little bit about transportation? What is that going to look like? I believe you're muted, sir. Mr. Kapuja, you're
My bad, I'm sorry. Yeah, the
good.
transportation department will be doing pickups and drop-offs along all bus routes from the previous school year. For more information on the bus routes, you can please visit humanunion.org/page/26. Once again, it's humanunion.org/page/26, or you can call 502-8840.
And that number is directly to transportation. They'll be able to enter your address and tell you when your bus will arrive. All right, so we're going to enter a little bit of transition here. For if you are new to Kofa, please stay here. Please stay on the video, because we're going to show you the campus map. We're going to kind of give you a real quick tour of the campus. If you are not new to Kofa and you are you know your way around, and you don't need to, you can log out, and we will see you Monday. So Mr. King, can you pull up the map for us?
All right, there we go.
All right, so here's our campus map. Let me kind of orientate you a little bit. Where my mouse is down here, this is going to be Avenue A. Actually, yeah, down on the bottom where the mouse is. That is Avenue A, and that is our main parking lot right there. I don't know what kind of shape that looks like, but that's I don't know. Anyway, that's our main parking lot. And then you'll see the first building you come to on the left is the administration building. And then attached to the administration building right on the back of that is building 1. So any building, any 1,000 number classroom would be in building 1. So 1101, 1102, those types of numbers are going to be in building 1. So just a fun fact about building 1, 2, and 3. In building 1, if you are in 1101, you are in the bottom floor of building 1. If you're in 1102, you're going to be on the top floor of building 1. So that 2 represents the top. All right. So if you move around to our,
Hey, Mike, can I interrupt you real quick?
Sure.
It's 1202. So
What did I say?
1102.
Okay. 1102 is on the bottom. 1202 is on the top.
Correct.
All right. Sorry about that. Thanks for clarifying that. As you move around to your right, we have the auditorium. And then we keep moving over to building 3, another 2-story building. So 31s are going to be on the bottom. 32s are going to be on the top. If we keep moving north, we're going to run into building 4. So any 400 classrooms are going to be in that building. The library is down there in the corner. So we do have rooms in there. The periodical room, the library 3 and library 4, and the video room are also in the library. In the center of campus there, a real small building in the middle, there is that's our 300s. So any classroom with 300, that's where you'll be. Off to the right of that, extreme north of campus, is building 2. So again, 2100s on the bottom, 2200s on the top. Directly to the right of that is going to be the 900s, or the ROTC building. I can't read what actual numbers those are, but that's the ROTC building there. And then let's see, moving directly south of that will be auto, construction, and nursing. There's my cursor. Let's see, if we come east of that, we have our C2 building where hospitality and where culinary are. The building to the left of that is our cafeteria. That's where the cafeteria will be open in the mornings and in the evening, or in the evenings, in the afternoons, for students to, actually not in the afternoons, it won't be open because we're not serving lunch. But it will be open in the mornings for students to hang out in there if it does get too hot. But again, all the tables and everything in there are social distanced. Directly west of the cafeteria is going to be the another block of 900s. Those are all English classes back in that area. The larger building to the left, that is our this would be special services, and the welding building is in the welding class is in the back of that building, the far west. And then you have our auxiliary gym. And then behind the auxiliary gym, we have the 600s. So any classroom starting with 600 will be in that building there. And then we have the Rios gym for all PE classes will be going to the Rios gym. So there's a quick slam dunk of the campus. Just know that we have 5 security guards, and we have 4 administrators, lots of counselors, lots of teachers that are going to be out and about on Monday and Tuesday and Thursday and Friday to be able to help students find their classes. We haven't lost one yet, so just find an adult. We'll be able to help you. If you're in your first period class and you don't know where your second period class is, ask your teacher. They'll show you a map. They'll get you there. No problem. If you forget to do that, then find an adult. Everybody on campus is more than happy to help you. All right, so wow, and today is Thursday. We got a couple more days until school starts. I'm completely looking forward to having students back on campus. I hope you are as well. Just like always, if you have any questions or concerns or comments or anything, shoot us an email here at the school. Give us a call here at the school. We'll be more than happy to talk with you. But make sure if you are coming on campus, make sure that waiver's getting filled out and that we have it before you get here. All right, or you can actually bring it with you day of, and then we can check you in that way as well. So anyway, any last words, gentlemen, before we take off?
One last thing, outside of the cafeteria before lunches, there'll be a table. If you do not have an ID, we'll be able to get you one there. If not, it'll be the following day after we get your name. We'll print one off for you and we'll have it there for you as well.
All right, fantastic.
And I know that I mentioned that golf is starting competition on Tuesday, but that doesn't mean that all of our fall athletic teams aren't still accepting new registrations. So if you're interested in playing a fall sport, please get on registermyathlete.com, complete your registration. Go through those steps, call my office, speak with myself or Mrs. Dillon, so we can get you back out on the field and on the court, in the pool, on the course, wherever you need to be. We need our Kofa Kings back playing athletics.
Absolutely. All right, all good? All good. Thank you. You guys, thanks for your time. We'll talk to you later. Everybody else, once a king, always a king. Have a great day.